everyone. Welcome. Welcome. Hi everyone. Hi. Hi Fati. I hope I'm loud enough though. Fati, please, yeah, my mic check. Am I loud enough? My internet is not misbehaving. Check, check, and check. Okay. All right, great. Hi. Hi, everyone. All right, so quick introduction. My name is Solape Azazi. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Solape Azazi. I'm the founder of Cradle Lounge Special Needs Initiative. I'm a certified autism specialist. I'm an inclusion advocate, and I'm an autism parent coach. I am also a wife and a mother of two adorable boys, one of whom is on the autism spectrum. I started this live podcast last year to bring more awareness to autism and how it impacts our lives as caregivers and our relationship. And basically to also tell our side of the story, because I feel like we don't have a lot of our stories being told. And sorry, I'm trying to look for our guest. I don't seem to find her. Sent an invitation to our guest. So our guest today, I want her to join and then she would introduce herself properly. I haven't met her before, but just like me, she's on the same journey, and I feel like it would be nice to hear her own story for her to share a story with everyone. So I'm waiting for her to join. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Waiting for our guest. Um, Waiting for our guest. I'm going to keep trying to send invites to her and hoping she would. So I told you I can't find you, but if you are here, if you could just wave, and I would, send the invite again, but I can't find you. Hi. Okay, so I'm just going to continue. Hi, I'm just going to just roll with the dice, and when she joins us, we can get the introduction sorted, and then she can start with a story. But in the meantime, who has any question? Do you have any question you want to ask me? Something that you would like to hear more of or less of? If you have any of that, you could type it in, and then I could make sure, because feedback is important. Even though I know that I started this, to create awareness about certain things. If there's anything else that I'm not talking or touching on and you would like me to touch on, please do feel free to type it in, and I would make sure that that is included in our next topic of conversation. And also, just to tell everyone out there, we're going to start doing something every month. We'll bring in like a training session online, and you would have like practical tips by not just me now, but all these other professionals, because I know that a lot of people keep saying, we want practical tips that we can be doing at home in terms of speech therapy, in terms of behavior, in terms of this and that and that. And so starting March, we're going to have some of that going on. So let me try and find my guest again. Can't trying to find my guest. Trying to find my guest. Trying to invite my guest. Okay, so anyone, any questions, anything you want me to clear, anything you want me to say more of, talk more of, please feel free. It's supposed to be an interactive session. Type in. If you would like me to invite you right now while we're still waiting for our guest, please buzz me, and then you can jump in, and then, we can get the conversation started. Anyone? Anyone? Okay, so no one. That's fine. I'm not prepared for anything else, so I'm just going to wing it. Let's hope I wing it right. So what can we do differently this week? I really, really want that to join. Yay! Good. Please, Tochi, I see you now. Can you send me an invite? Because I've been trying to reach you and send you an invite, and it's not going through. So please. Yay! Hi.
Hello.
Yes. Hi, Tochi. Yeah. Good. Because in my mind, I was like, okay, if I can't get her on, I'm just going to wing it and I'm going to talk about something totally different. So I'm
Okay.
so,
I was actually expecting a notification. So when I didn't get
yeah,
on,
so
I
I
had
kept
to
on
come and check
sending
if you
it.
were actually on. Ah, okay. Oh, sorry.
Yes, I was
Sorry
sending it
for
so
the
I'd get
delay.
something with, oh, no delay
Hey.
whatsoever. But
Mm.
yes, how has your week been with your son? Yes,
My,
Fatty,
my
my week with my son this week has been amazing. Like, you have those weeks that, can be somehow and then the other one, but this week has been amazing. I don't know what I'm doing that is different, but something is really, really working. And then we're doing online school. This week is online school. And so I was freaking out a lot thinking, okay, we're back to online school, blah, blah, blah. But it's been amazing. I cannot ask for any more better. It's been wonderful. So let me leave my story and let's jump to Tochi. And Tochi, please introduce yourself and let's get to
my name
it.
is Tochi. So my name is Tochi, and I'm a mom, basically. I'm a mom. Um, I think you asked me other questions I'm supposed to. Oh my God. There are so many
Okay.
distractions around me. You guys, please just bear with me. My daughter didn't go to school today because she has this moms. So she's around for the main time. That's why there's so much distraction around me.
That's fine. That's
So
absolutely fine. I mean, that's the joy of motherhood.
yes.
All right. So I'll do the first one, which is how we met. I remember
Okay.
that I put up something up and then you were like, oh, that's my daughter. That's how we found out that my daughter is on the spectrum. That's a classic. So do you want to walk me through that,
Yes. Actually,
those
my
signs
daughter,
that you saw? Mhm.
okay, actually, my daughter she used to behave just like that video you saw. And
Uh-oh. Oh, we lost Tochi. Okay, so I'll just tell you a little bit about the video. So the video was supposed to be I shared a video of classic signs, early signs that you would see in children. So some of the signs were not noticeable signs, but they're signs that will make you know that okay, my child is on the spectrum, or my child needs to see a doctor for early intervention, basically. So yeah. So yes, so she's coming back on again. What's going on? Yeah.
sorry,
Yes,
sorry,
welcome back.
thank you.
That's fine.
Yeah, so as I was saying, my daughter, I think we started noticing the signs when she was about 2 years or thereabout, but we just overlooked it, and she was just doing all sorts of strange things until she was about 2 years and 4 months. I think that was when I started Googling a lot of the things she was doing, just being blank, not talking. A lot of her mates were already talking, and she was just always blank and avoiding eye contact. She wasn't responding to her name. This is someone that was actually responding to her name before. So at the point, she just dropped all those things she was doing, waving and pointing, and even At the point she was even saying mama, but then she lost everything. And
Hi, Tochi. Hi, everyone. Can you still hear me? I can't see Tochi or hear Tochi. I'm hoping that that's not from my end. Okay. Hi.
something is happening.
Yes.
I think the network is bad.
Yes, I'm guessing so, but don't worry. Your story is as important, so we want to hear it. So please go ahead, keep sharing. We're
Yeah,
here for
so
you.
she just always had this blank thing, always looking into thin air. And sometimes you see her laughing, it's like she's talking to someone invisible, someone like nobody else could see. Sometimes she would run to the end of the room and run across the room and just keep running around, playing all by herself. They were very strange, but I didn't think anything. I just felt that was how she was, until I started Googling things about everything she was doing, and everything was leading me to autism, ADHD, and that kind of stuff. And then I was
Yeah.
so scared. For a moment, I now realized that it was more of fear than even work. I wasn't putting in work, I was just stuck in a place.
Okay, so I think we lost her again. Our internet connection is very unstable, so please bear with her, and we will. Um, Hi, yes, you're back.
Okay. So, where did I stop? Yeah, at the point I noticed that it was more of fear. I wasn't really doing any work, doing what I was supposed to be doing. I was just scared that am I going to be raising a child with special needs? And that thought just made me just like stop in one place until at a point I accepted that okay, something was wrong and we had to move. So I started putting in all sort of doing everything I could to just intervene
So,
and
so
help her come out
when
of that
was this?
situation.
When did when did the realization that you needed to do something, you needed to move? When was it? When was this?
I would say 2 years and 4 months thereabout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you do? What was your first? I mean, I ask people this all the time because you seem like you knew when that realization happened to you. And so, can you take me through the process of how that, because you never can tell, there might be people still stuck in that position you were stuck in for a bit. So, do you want to take me through that period of time and how?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that period, um, there are certain signs. I always say that, Nigerians are used to saying, leave the child. They would, they will get over it. Leave the child. They will when you say, oh, my child is not talking. I feel like it's very important to compare your child's milestones to other children's milestones. But Nigerians are fond of leave them. They will get over it. They will come through. That kind of stuff. So I I wanted to believe that, but it wasn't taking me anywhere. And then when you give her a bicycle, even though she used to watch TV and see children riding bicycles, she would rather play with the tire of the bicycle instead of riding the bicycle. She
Yeah.
would just, oh yeah, I told you about running around the room from one end to another, laughing and playing on her
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
She was not afraid of anything. No matter how big a dog was, she would touch the dog. She wasn't scared of anything. She was fearless. So and then not responding to her name at night. She wasn't sleeping, and in the night, that's when you will hear her singing. Oh yes, she wasn't talking, but she was singing.
Okay.
She wasn't talking, but she was singing. Yeah. And then all sort of things. So yeah, it was at that point I started googling stuff. And when I started googling signs of autism or ASD or ADHD, every if I see 10 signs, my daughter was showing 9. So I was so scared. And then I heard about ABA. up to today, I never read about ABA. I read that ABA is like a very good therapy and whatever, whatever. But I never got the materials for ABA. I don't know, for some reason, I just feel like God just gave me the wisdom on how to go about it. And we started from there.
Okay. So two
Yeah.
things that I wanted to talk about. The first one is how old is your child now?
She's 4 years.
Four
4 years
years,
and a
and
month. Yes.
she's been having intervention for slightly almost 2 years now.
Yes.
So you said you knew about ABA, but you never got on ABA. So what sort of intervention is she having?
Well, we never met a therapist. The furthest we went was that GTB annual conference. That was where I met you.
Okay.
So it was.
Oh, you met me before?
Oh, okay. Did you think it was when I sent you the message?
Yes.
No.
Oh my goodness.
No. It was that
Okay. All right.
GTB annual conference. Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So
And
interesting.
then,
Okay. So what sort of intervention is she receiving at the moment?
well, right now, it's just more of common sense and just. I feel like right now she needs little to no help, but one of the things I'm very particular about now is no screen time, or if at all she has screen time, very little screen time. I feel like screen time cannot be, the effect of screen time cannot be overemphasized. Screen time is the devil itself, if you ask me. Screen time is the devil itself. It can be used to your advantage if you just use a little of it. But if misused, it can make a child horrible. And I feel like as
Okay.
children grow older, their normalcy, what they continue to do is what is normal to them. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So when a child is 3 years old and the child is not talking and the child is making some signs for you to communicate with them, it feels normal for them to continue that way. So the earlier you stop it, in other words, early intervention is just key. So that screen time thing, a lot of times when you take away screen time, some things balance up on their own. Screen time affects these children's reality. So they are living in the TV. There was a time when my daughter wasn't talking, but if she watches a program for 1 second, for 1 hour, she can recite everything she heard on the TV. This is someone that is not talking. She cannot say I want, or she cannot say mommy. She started calling me mommy at 3 years old. But she can recite everything she heard on the TV, but those words were not functional because she doesn't even know what they mean. All she knows is that she's enjoying seeing these people talking and doing all sorts of things. So that screen time is very dangerous if you ask me. And so for now, we are mostly just managing screen time, like little to no screen time, if at all, maybe 1 hour in a week. And she's focusing on her actual environment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. So you've said quite a few things that I just wanted to just jump on 1, 2, 3. And yeah, Fatih, I hear you. You said sometimes I wish I could run away with my son to a remote island with nothing but nature away from the screen.
Away from screen.
Yes, I sometimes I agree with that, but so unlike you with little or no screen time, I believe that yes, screen time should be regulated. Screen time shouldn't be taken away completely. It should be regulated. If I see, so there's a balance to everything. There's a balance in life because if I take away screen time, so it's like this. If I'm taking something, I'm giving something else in return.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're
Yes.
taking the screen, I'm giving another way for them to interact. So don't interact with the screen. Let's interact with this.
Yes.
However, you can also use that screen as a reinforcer, or you can, because for example, we as adults, we watch, I mean, sometimes we junk on reality TV. What are we doing? We're escaping from reality, or we're just taking a break and we want something that would just be a mindless watching of something. to cope with a situation. Sometimes maybe you're just sad and you're like, I'm just depressed with the entire thing that's happening right now in Nigeria. I can't this, I can't, I beg, let me just watch this television. That is how you are coping with a particular situation. It's the same thing with our children and screen time. So they feel like the outside world is something they cannot understand, the unpredictability, all of this chaos that is happening around them, they cannot understand and attend to it. And so what do? They turn to what is predictable. That means they're going to show this thing and show this thing and show this thing. It's predictable. And so I can switch out from this world and engage myself otherwise. So that is the old dynamics that I understand screen time to be. However, finding the balance, just as I know that I can't watch, it's not realistic, it's not healthy for my mental health to watch screen all day long. It's just the same with the children. So what you're doing now with them is, okay, I'm going to regulate this screen time for you. Because sometimes what they watch is even what is more important than the screen. Sometimes if it's an interactive educative show, why not? I can decide to schedule an interactive show 1 hour every day. It's promoting something. Do you understand? So I'm not a party of take it away or do 1 hour a day or whatever. As long as what they're watching is regulated. So it's not that I'm saying that they are watching just one music that just mumbling. Sometimes it's you want them to see other adults interacting. And sometimes I tell people, you can't give a child just a screen and then move away. Sometimes sit down and interact. What do you think this guy is doing? Have those conversations. But guess what? That's no screen time.
It actually helps you to be able to reach them better. For instance, there's this program I recommend to anybody I notice that has these same issues my daughter had while growing up, and it's Song for Littles. Miss Rachel. I don't know if you know about Miss Rachel.
Yeah, I know Miss Rachel. Yes,
she is very good. I cannot mention our breakthrough without mentioning Miss Rachel. But even Miss Rachel has to be regulated, like you said, just a few hours a day, because at a point, if you leave it for too long, she's cramming everything. Even though it's interactive, she's just cramming everything Miss Rachel says. But Miss Rachel really, really helped a lot.
So what I also tell people is that, so depending on the topic that the child is watching, it's not enough for the child to watch what it is in the screen, but the child has to be able to identify and associate it with his environment.
Yeah.
So if a child is constantly watching things that has to do with winter season, but we are in Nigeria where there's no snow, I don't think that's a very appropriate for a child that is learning to understand. So even if I see you said my child is also a visual learner, so screen time helps. My child is a visual learner too, so he has to see what you're talking about. So we use it as you can use it as a social story. Social story does not have to be written all the time. A show that teaches maybe good hygiene, for example. He has watched the show and he's gone to practice the show. So maybe we've watched good hygiene 1, 2, 3 times. Now we take it away from that screen and show the child that it's not only done in the TV, it's done in real life, and this is how we do it. So it's just like you said, the child is singing, but the words are not functional. It's just the same thing with the screen time and the show. They've watched the show. They'd help them to make this show or the content in the show as functional as possible. Do you understand? So for me, I don't feel take away screen time. I feel like screen time should be regulated and it should be given, because sometimes you can use it as a positive reinforcer. Or sometimes you can even help them, because for me in my house, we have that timetable that says we have to do X and Z and Y and all of that. And then when we're done with that, we get so amount of time. If we're able to finish it on time before bedtime, you can do your screen. So you understand why I'm saying that I don't think it should be taken out, and I don't think I think it works with different people and different decision, but whatever decision you're making, make sure it's a regulated choice. Then you said something else again. You said comparing milestones. I don't think you should compare milestones. I think milestones on its own are just like a checklist. But when you now say you're comparing another child's milestone with another child's milestone, remember children develop differently. But milestones are there as checklists because even if they're developing differently, at about 6 months, a child should be doing X, Y, and Z. That's what the milestone is about. So it's not that you're comparing, but there's a generalized checklist of what and that is based on those checklists for the milestone that actually help you to know that, oh, my child is not doing X, Y, and Z at the time the child should be doing X, Y, and Z. Do you understand? Okay,
Yes.
so somebody's asking, please, can the lady explain more what intervention method she uses for her daughter? I heard her say she hasn't used any therapist. So can you explain more about that?
Well,
Because I'm actually very intrigued by that.
well, I have not used any therapist actually, but there are just a few things that I have done that have helped her. One thing is that she goes to school. I put her in
Oh,
school.
I can't hear you. She goes to school.
Yes, she goes to school. She started school when
Is
she
it a
was a
special
year
school?
and no, it's not a special school. I don't even believe,
Okay.
I may be wrong, but I don't believe that when you notice these things when they are still small, I don't believe they should be put in a special school. I feel that they should be put in a regular school so that they can just see other typical children, be themselves, relate with themselves, play with each other, and maybe because my daughter, okay,
Actually, I
when she
beg to
started
differ on
school,
that, though. I beg to differ on that. I
no,
feel like
really,
the child should be put based. Yes, you should put a child in a when you're making consideration of whether school or center based or whatever schooling program you want to put your child should be based on the function of the child. There are some children when you look at their functioning level, or even if they have comorbidities, eating properly or whatever, or they need special attention. A child that is having swallowing issue or whatever, you can't put that child in school, which
yeah,
happens. Do you understand? So
there are times when, okay, yeah, there are times when a child can actually go to school with an aid. Them.
sorry, I didn't hear you. Okay.
Some
Mm-hmm.
children can actually go to school with an aid. I mean, with someone to help them through the class.
Yes. Yes.
Why I said I don't like the idea of going to a special school, I'm talking of for very small children, like my daughter when she was that age. She was, in fact, when she goes to school, she will go and stay under the table. When every other child is in the class learning, she will be under the table. And if her teacher tries to bring her out from under the table, she will start crying and screaming. So the teacher was always leaving her under the table. But her headmistress did not like it. Her headmistress was always complaining that, why do you leave this child under the table? And in their school, they don't flog. Flogging is not allowed. So the teacher felt like, I don't want to do anything that will hurt her. I don't want her to cry. If she cries, the headmistress was like, if your child does this, how will you feel? So you know what the headmistress started doing was that when she sees her there, she'll use her 2 fingers and smack her. And she will cry. But then she will force her to sit on the chair. So she will sit on the chair. Sometimes she will go and lie under the table. When she sees the headmistress coming, she will come out from there. So as time went on, she slowly stopped staying under the table and started lying down on a bed in the class instead of staying under the. But it was progress for them because at least she's not under the teacher's table anymore. Then from the bed, slowly, she started joining them on the seat. And now she's 4 years. Now she goes to assembly by herself. She joins her class on the line. And I feel like she's doing like every other student. When I say I feel they should go to a school for other typical children, it's just because I feel that a lot of what they see is how they will behave. I don't know how a special school is. I don't know how it operates, so I may even be wrong. But in my head, I feel like it should be more exposed to our regular, typical behavior. Seeing children socialize, seeing children play with each other. Because before, my daughter will never play with her mates. She will never, if she sees a child, it's like that child is invisible. She just wants to, if I thought she's going to talk to anybody or play with anybody, it will be the adult, but never the child. She was just very, very on her own. Those days when
So,
she
but
goes to class.
do you know what the teachers in school did that made the difference? And do you know
What
what
they
the teachers,
did.
because yes, what they did that made the difference from, got the shift into our behavior and all of that? Because what I hear is that you said they started with, the disciplining, and then when she's under, they pretty much ensure that she's not there and insist that she joins the others. Is that what you're saying? Those were the kind of intervention they did with her?
Yes, continuous, that's
Okay.
consistent discipline. Even when, sorry to say, a lot of people may disagree with me, but I feel that, you see, flogging should not be removed though. As long as the child understands your reason for that. I'm not saying extreme, but a lot of times it helps. My daughter will not just come, and she will not just, even though she knows the right thing, she is so stuck on what she wants to do. Sometimes the only thing that can make her not do that thing is cane. And if you threaten her, at a point, it was not even about, you don't even need to use the cane. You just need to threaten her. I will beat you. And she will do that thing. Even up till now. But then, that was one thing. But you will not do it when she doesn't understand what you are trying to say. Then when she sees me in school, when I come to pick her from school, she does all as if I'm a regular person. You will never see, other children will be so happy to see their mom hugging them, and then my daughter will just sluggishly walk to me. And so when she started picking up on these social behaviors, when she started improving, every other thing started adding up. And once you see a little change, it can push you to do more. So I felt like, for me, what kept me growing, what kept me very hopeful was her she was cooperating. So if I do something and I just see one slight improvement, I just feast on it and use it to push her forward. Yeah. So about the
Interesting.
school
I mean,
thing, yeah, that's
this is the first
now
time,
some
but
days
this is a
ago I dropped
different.
her in
Yeah.
school.
What
Some
did you
days
say?
ago
Sorry,
I
I didn't
dropped her.
catch that.
Some days ago I dropped her in school, and I was just watching her, because normally I just see her go to assembly. I dropped her in school, and instead of driving off, I waited at the gate to see how she was going to do. And she just carried her bag and her lunchbox. She was late. Assembly was already on. She carried her bag and her lunchbox, dropped it where other children did, then went to her line on the assembly. And I was so happy. Then I drove off. Before, is that gate you dropped her, she will just stand there. Unless somebody comes to take her, she will just stand there. So I was able to start socializing. Some started becoming, now you can actually do something and she will think that thing is funny. Now she actually tries to be funny. Before, there was nothing like funny. Everything is just uninteresting, you know.
Interesting. I mean, we always, and that's the whole idea of this
And
show.
then
This
prayers,
show is to
let's not
share
leave it out,
different.
because I know that many people might do this and have therapists and all that, but prayers, prayers were a big part of our help. I know that God definitely intervened as well. So yeah. And also I feel like it's also important for parents to try and teach their children about emotions, about their feelings. There was a time my daughter used to watch phone very well. She used to press phone. In fact, she had a phone that she was using. And if she's not watching it, she's on the TV watching Coco Melon and all that. And among just Coco Melon songs, there was one song I picked out, even when I stopped her from watching TV, I still used to sing it to her. I don't know if you're familiar with Coco Melon. You know this: make a funny face, make a funny face. Use your eyes, your mouth, your nose, make a funny face. So that song, they just talk about, oh, make an angry face, and they show the children frowning, make a happy face, and they show them smiling. So I used that song to emphasize on what my angry face looks like. And sometimes I actually have to tell her, see, mommy is angry. And I'll frown my face to show her I'm angry. And when she does something good, I exaggerate my facial expressions just for her to know that this is what makes mommy angry and what makes mommy happy. You know, I also show her surprise face. Sometimes I tickle her, or like I might want to do something that will make me surprised, like itty bitty spider climbing on her body, and then when I get to her mouth, I'm like, you know, so she sees a surprise face. Oh, stop. She sees my surprise face, and she just sees me using all these faces, and she kind of, you know, it's like we're joking, but it's somehow is entering her subconscious. She's understanding that when mommy is like this, mommy is happy, and when mommy is like this, mommy is sad. Understanding feelings goes a long way, goes a very long way. So yeah, helping them understand their emotions, understand emotions and faces also helps a lot. Leave it.
Okay. That's fantastic. From all I've gathered, you pretty much took it upon yourself to be very involved in every step to turn around the diagnosis for her. And that's what I've gathered from all this that you've said. So for me, another thing I wanted to say is that in girls, you hear a lot about masking. Have you heard about that before?
Yes.
The term masking. Okay, so
Yes.
what do you understand by that?
Well, I don't know whether to, because there are still some signs that we still see. There are still some, for instance, I have a friend that I met on Instagram, and two of us have, she has a daughter, though she doesn't live in Nigeria, but she has a daughter that just shows exactly the same signs my daughter showed. Exactly the same signs. So she kind of asks me, and I give her hope that, okay, don't worry, just try and do this and that, and hopefully she'll get better, you know. Oh yes, she has joined. Hello, Joyce Juice. You know, and we were chatting yesterday, and she was telling me, we were comparing, you know, things our children do, and they were so similar that it's so strange. Like saying bye bye. She was telling me her daughter hates to say goodbye, and me too. I was mentioning to her that my daughter hates it. If I say bye bye now, she will get so angry. She will get so angry, you know. And I'm just wondering, you know, now she's functioning very highly, very well. She's here as I'm talking to you, she knows I'm talking about her. You know, she may not know exactly what I'm saying, but she knows I'm talking about her. She's reading, she's writing. Like, I will not really be bothered about masking. If she's masking, let her continue masking it until she grows up enough to know that these are social norms. So when you're doing something that is out of the ordinary, you will know, you maybe you go and do it in secret or whatever. Like, for instance, she used to like being covered. And when I noticed it was a very strange want, like my friend was telling me, it's a sensory need. So I don't know what it is, but like, why would you want to be covered? Why would you want a pillow to be on your face? I don't want you to have that pillow on your face. So she has gotten used to not having it on her face, you get. But I feel like there might still be that need to have it, right? Which is the masking, not doing it. It's just her, because of mommy, I don't want to do this. But deep down, I really. So she's growing up how she is. When she decides she wants to still have a pillow over her face, it will be her own decision. Then it's in her hand. And I don't know, do you get what I'm trying to say? So if she's masking it, let her continue
I understand what you're
masking it.
saying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if she's masking it, let her continue masking it until she's old enough to know that, okay, I want to be myself. Then she can be herself. If I'm making any sense.
But for now, but for now, you're like, I don't care. Just please, I need you to toe the parts that are put in front of you. Did
Yes.
you hear me?
Yes, I heard
Okay.
you. I heard you. Be
Okay.
social. Mask it if you want to mask it. As far as you can communicate, you understand. A time will come when you might decide, oh no, I just want to be myself and this is who I am. Okay, then it's up to you.
Okay,
But I don't want you to
interesting.
grow up thinking this is normal and you can't do without it.
Oh, we've lost. I didn't hear that.
I mean, I don't want her to grow up thinking certain things. Like, for instance, hopping. I know that steaming is a way. Live there, live there, live there. I know that steaming is a way. Sorry, Abigail.
That's okay.
I know steaming is a way they, let go of some excess energy. But there are different ways of steaming that can be very, very awkward. Although she doesn't have any bad one. Although she's also always jumping. But in school, she doesn't jump. When she needs to be coordinated, when she's with her mates, she doesn't jump. But there's that thing that she still, that she still wants to do that steaming thing, jumping on the bed or jumping on the floor without stopping. So if she's masking it, she wants to be herself. But because I don't want you to find yourself in a position where people are looking at you somehow because you are somehow or you are behaving somehow. It's better you know that this is, this is what I want to be. Okay, Johnny with FG. Oh, interesting. You can't sleep without a pillow on your face. Wow. Interesting.
Okay. All right.
Interesting.
That's great. So, and then I think the last question I wanted, well, not the last, but another question that I think we missed out was, you had said that you noticed all of those signs about your daughter at age you came to the realization that something needed to be done at age 2 and 4 months, you said.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
did you get like an official diagnosis for her, or?
No, we never got an official diagnosis. We only met a child psychiatrist that told us that most likely she was on the spectrum, but that if we continue the way we were going, because then even though she was doing strange things, she was able to learn some things. So he said if we continue that she can grow up without actually, showing, or she might drop certain
Some
things she was doing.
of certain behaviors.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The internet is really horrible, so I'm struggling to
Sorry.
follow your conversation, but I think I'm piecing things together, slowly and all of that. Okay, yes, great. So
Sorry,
yes,
just take
so
your time.
there's oh no, that's fine. The child psychologist you met with, because I like to, there are people out here looking for referrals and stuff. Where was the person? What does the person, so that can also be included.
I don't know the person. I have no contact with the person.
No. I don't
know
mean but was it in a clinic? Was it, those kind of things? Those will help, because I only know about maybe 5 places that. Okay.
It was at the GTB conference where I met you.
Okay, so that person must be from child and adolescent and Oshodi. Okay.
I don't know, but child psychiatrist, not child psychologist.
Oh, not child psychologist. It was a psychiatrist.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, all right, no problem. I would try and find where that person is. The reason why is that we're trying to create a referral. Do you understand? Because people will say to you, "Oh, somebody used somebody, and I like what the result or response the person got. Please, can you refer me?" So that's why I'm asking you such questions, so that you can have good referral and contact. All right. So anything else? It looks like it's been a very interactive session. Please shoot your questions, shoot your shots. Anybody has
Johnny with
anything to add?
FG. I would like to know more with this
Yes.
journey with FG that says she likes to have a pillow on her face. I want to know why. I haven't seen someone. Oh, it's like she's not online anymore. I would like to know why. I wish my daughter could put a lot of things into
You know what?
words
I would
because
add her on. I would request for her to join. I would request for
okay,
her to join this session. I would,
okay, okay, that would be very,
I'm
very
trying to
nice.
find her. I would request for her to join,
My
and
daughter,
then yes,
she,
and then maybe we can understand some more what she's talking about.
mm-hmm. My daughter is not very expressive. Like
Fatty,
you can't
please
ask
send
her
me.
every single thing. But I
Fatty,
wish I
please can
could
you send
know.
me? And
I don't
yeah,
think she's still on the live. I don't think
Fatty,
she's
please
still
can
on
you
the
send
live.
me? I don't think so. So I can't find her anymore. Oh. Anyway, when she does come back on, we will send an invitation to her. You can
Okay.
keep
Okay.
going on. Anybody else
Yeah, so
has
there's still some
any
signs
other
that she
questions
shows.
or questions?
There's still some little signs. For instance, you might call her, and okay, now she answered. She answers unless she doesn't want to answer. But there are still some little things she does. So that's why I wanted to see this journey with FG. Is the person diagnosed or what exactly is it? But she's very smart, very, very brilliant. She reads, she's 4 years and a month now, and she reads a storybook like an 11-year-old. She reads very
Interesting.
well. She reads very, very well. And that's the same thing with this, my friend, Joyce Juice. I know she's still about to see wonderful things in her daughter because it's surprising, it's shocking the kind of similarities that my daughter and her daughter show. It is shocking. So her daughter is also reading and
Interesting.
she's 3. She just turned 3, you know. So this my own daughter now. She reads very, very well, and I just would just like to know if there's any other thing we're looking forward to. I've heard you, my darling. Oh yeah, I was reading one of your posts where you talked about siblings and their contribution. So
Where I talked
most
about
of
what?
this where you talked about siblings contribution, that siblings play a great role.
Yes, absolutely.
And I just wanted to chip it in. When I met you, I mentioned to you that I was scared of having another child because that was the period when, you know, we had just started coming out. I just started coming out of that fear zone. She was starting to show some signs that there's hope. She was doing some things that were giving me hope. But I was scared. What if I'm having a boy? Chances in boys are higher. Hi.
Hi, sorry, I had to use you. Hi, Fatty, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad that you can speak. So
Hi.
this is
Yeah.
Johnny with FG. You were asking her that you
Oh,
wanted to find out some
yes,
more about what she was saying. So this is her. So Fatty, please
yes.
give your own
Yeah.
contribution.
Can you come again? I actually left. I left the video briefly to check on something, and then that was when I saw the notification,
Okay.
and I came right back. Can you? What would you like to know about? Sorry, let me introduce myself. My name is Fatigu Abdurrahman. I am also an autism parent coach. Firstly, I'm a parent. I have a son. My son he will be 8 in March. He was diagnosed around 2 years, 4 months on the autism spectrum. And, I find your story really, really, I could relate to a lot of things because I also didn't have, the therapy stuff like fully with my son. Apart from the time, we traveled to the US for his diagnosis and we had therapy. Every other thing has been me. Like I always say, like 80% of the things that I have done with my son till today has been through me. But I use the techniques, I learned from each one of those therapies. Answer the door. Who? Mana. Tell him to come back later. Those techniques that I learned from those therapies and and by research, like we did a lot of similar things with you, like Tochi. I was really interested in how you were involved, and I did the same exact thing. And it was the reason why I mentioned in the comment section, like, this autism thing, just do what works for you at some point, and you have it, like you have what is working for your daughter. So you just keep doing that thing. I believe, it's helping you, you're getting the results. Each one of them, they are so unique. They are so different in every way. And that's just I've said so much from introducing myself. But what would you like to ask me about? Sorry.
Oh, she left again.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I'll tell you what she was saying. You put, yes.
She left
So
again.
you put a comment up and you said that I still like to have a pillow on my face as an adult. I can't sleep without the pillow on my face.
Yeah.
And so for her, that was very intriguing.
Yes.
So she said that she needed to know what you meant by that because she's never heard about that. So that was what she said she needed to talk to you about before you go and know what that meant. Yeah.
Okay. So I think we all have, a weird behavior somehow that own kind of steaming. I know everyone has, you not just realize, not just the kids on the autism spectrum have, their own steaming stuff and everything. We all have that thing that we steam. I really don't know when I started this behavior. I just realized that I can't sleep without a pillow on my head. If I don't have a pillow, I just want to feel a certain way. Yes, baby. It's Maya. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, go to daddy. I'm coming. I just like to feel something, a kind of weight on my head. I won't be able to sleep if I put a pillow on my face or any weight on my face.
And you try
so like
a sleep mask and it won't work.
When I'm struggling to sleep, it makes it. I feel
Did
calm.
You try with it?
No.
Yeah.
I tried with a sleep. I tried. Yes, I tried. I had so many. At a point, I bought a lot of sleep masks. It wasn't working. I would still put something on the sleep mask.
Wow.
So it wasn't just about the brightness. Yeah, I don't like the brightness of the lights that soon. I don't like the brightness of lights and everything. But I still want to feel. So they always laugh at me. My kids. In fact, one of my little daughter, she picked up a pillow some days ago and I put it on, and then my husband was like, "Look at like father, like mother, like daughter. Look at your kids. They want to do the same thing like he's just what." I don't know. I just find it soothing and calming. So when she said that about her daughter, I just shared it just for her to realize that it's not totally weird. I do it. So if she grows up and she still feels like she can't sleep without that weight on her face, it's totally okay, because after all, it's something that it's not even something that's in public. Her partner will understand, her kids will understand, people around you will understand. I just always want to feel a little bit of weight on my face, not a heavy weight, but I guess that's my own way of saying. Let me just say, that's my way of saying. I don't have
because I was connected to her staying under the table. Remember, I told you when she started school, she used to stay under her teacher's table.
Yeah.
In the house, she was always under the bed or under something. She was always under something.
Yeah.
So I was connecting it to that pillow. Although I replaced it with a teddy bear, so she sleeps with the teddy bear in her face.
Yeah. It could be the light. It could be the light. Because for me, so if it's not the light, then it's the sensory thing. And one thing that I noticed with a lot of these sensory things, like even my son, no matter how you take it off, you're taking that thing off, they're picking up another one. It might be lesser than the one you're taking off. So there's always has to be something to replace it.
Okay, this has been
so I hope that answers your question.
It does. It's been a very interesting and interactive session. And I'm glad I was joined by two fantastic moms doing things in different ways, but still achieving the results that they hope to achieve. So it's great, and I'm glad. And I mean, this is the whole essence of us putting our story out there for people to know that it's not just one way, one method, I'm doing it and achieving results. In as much as I'm doing that, also bear in mind that no two children are the same. No two autistic children are the same, and so you cannot then use one person's path to chart another person's path. It has to be individualized for that other person. But I'm super glad that we're all, in our different areas achieving results. So thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much. It's been fun.
It's nice to meet you, Toshi. Thank you for having me.
I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves, and hopefully we'll come back again next week and continue the conversation with some other person. But thank you, everyone. And please,
somebody said I
vote on
mentioned
Saturday.
getting scared of having another baby.
What?
Somebody said I mentioned
getting
scared of having another baby. Yeah, I was scared of having another baby, which I mentioned to you then. And I think you said, no, not necessary, that one of your child is on the spectrum and the other one is not.
Yes.
So, yeah, so to other mothers that may be scared, I think you just, as far as you know you want to have more than one child, just close your eyes and do it. Take your vitamins and hope for the best. So I had a second, and the funny thing is that when you have that child that is not on the spectrum, that child helps the older one a lot. They become that friend you need to have nearby. A lot of times, like me, I had to make a conscious effort to be friends with another mother so that my child can have play dates with her. But when you have that sibling, you find out that and they become friends, they relate. That boredom is no longer there like before. Before you might be so tempted to just put on the TV, but with that sibling, they can just play with toys, and toys are very, very important. Toys are underrated. Playing with toys, it can lead to, let's try out this thing, let's try to use this for a phone, and they start, pretend play, which really, really helps the older one. So about getting scared of having another baby, I'm not scared anymore. I still want to have one more baby, and I'm not scared. I'm
glad that I'm glad I talked you off the ledge of being scared.
That time I was talking to you, I was already pregnant.
So you were then now very scared. Oh my goodness.
I was already pregnant, but I was still scared.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Tochi. And thank you, everyone. It was very interactive. Very interactive. Thank you. And we have to sign off now so I can run off to my next app.
Okay. I'll come and say hi. Let her say hi. Say hi, guys. Raise your hands. Say hi, guys. Shout it. She has been disturbing me here.
Hi, Abby.
Okay. There you go. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everyone. See you next week. Bye.
Okay, bye.